All right, guys, name is Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today, guys, we're doing the 50K Q&A part 1. Yes, there will be 2 parts to the 50K Q&A because we had a ton of questions. I want to try and answer as many as possible. So, without any further ado, let's hop in and let's get to answering some of your guys' questions from the other day. So, first question today, guys, Tristan Olstead asks, what's your favorite character in Dragon Ball Super? And I'm assuming that you mean specifically that was introduced to us via Dragon Ball Super, and that is without question Hit. I think that they could easily do a complete and total spin-off series of Dragon Ball that is completely centered around Hit, and it could last several episodes. I mean, probably even 100 episodes and still be just absolutely fascinating, because I think that character that they set up is probably one of the best characters introduced in Dragon Ball in a very long time, in my opinion. Anyways, guys, let me know down below. I just kind of want to hear back from this. Not necessarily on every question, but on this one in particular, I kind of like to hear back some feedback from you guys on what is your favorite character that was introduced to us just in Dragon Ball Super. So you can't say Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Bulma, any of that. That was just now introduced to us via Dragon Ball Super. So Beerus, Whis, those both would count too, but Hit, man, I don't know, something about Hit. Next question comes from Anthony. Anthony asks, which Dokkan account is your favorite collection-wise, and which do you enjoy playing more? Guys, I'm sure you can probably already guess this by now. It was most definitely global for the longest time, but about probably when Rose and Vegito Blue came out on JP, I definitely made the jump to full-time playing JP and only part-time playing global. And to be honest with you, I'm getting away with it because there's really nothing to do on global, and it's not that I'm throwing shade at global. There's nothing. I mean, I still play global. I'm still over double invested in global versus JP, but there's just nothing to do on global. So right now I am playing the JP version definitely more, and honestly, because I do have nearly almost every god lead, I'm missing only a few Dokkan Fest characters, the JP version also is probably my favorite collection as well. Next question comes from Blindy, who asks, do you have any games on your phone? If yes, please show what games do you have. And honestly, the only other 2 games that I play on my phone, I don't have it on me. The only 2 games I play are Clash Royale and Pokemon Duels, both of which I probably haven't touched in over a week, both of which I probably put at like a 1/100th of the time into compared to Dokkan Battle, if even that. Anthony asked, what is my favorite sport? My favorite sport is without question football. Eric Hernandez asks, hey Nano, exactly how much time do you work out? I work out right now anyways. It varies, right? It totally varies depending on the time of the year. It totally varies depending on what I'm doing. But right now, I'm not doing a whole lot of anything with my broke toe, but right before I broke it, I was doing 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, and so forth. And it was basically in an 8-day rotation as well, because I would do 3 days heavy, legs, push, pull, 1 day off / cardio if I felt like going and doing cardio, and then 3 days light, legs, push, pull. And I mentioned in my broken toe video, I said something about doing chest and tries and back and bis, but really it should have been more like push and pull, because I added in shoulder workouts on both of those days. Because I noticed a lot of people commenting like, Dano, you need to be doing shoulders. I do a ton of shoulders, and honestly, shoulders are one thing that I needed to back off of, because my shoulders probably were at one point, they're starting to kind of be more even now, but they were at one point way more developed, way more overdeveloped than the rest of my upper body. So anyways, that is what I'm doing right now as far as working out. Well, what I will be doing once I get back. Corbin Berger asks, what's some tips for a starter free-to-play account? I just installed JP Dokkan and got the 2-year login bonuses. What should I do to start off? Save stones for latest banner, for later banners, or use them on the ones we have now. So a little bit late on this one, but if I were you, I would have most definitely used them on the Super Saiyan 4 banners, especially the Vegeta one, because it had Rose, Blue, and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But at this point, just play it safe, farm up all your stones, and I would definitely not say to use any on a double rates banner, because a lot of times you're probably going to pull SSRs that won't really get you where you need to be anyways. So that's a really hard question to answer on the JP version, because we just don't know what is coming out, but just be very, very wise with your stones, Corbin. Nacho asks, what are you playing right now besides Dokkan Battle? Let's see, I have Zelda Breath of the Wild, I have Horizon Zero Dawn, I picked up Resident Evil 7 and have not got to play it yet, so that's something I really want to play. I have For Honor, which I want to put some more time into. I have Final Fantasy 15, which I have only put like 5 hours into and I need to get back to. I have an overwhelming amount of games I'm trying to play right now besides Dokkan Battle, but I have so many things that need to get done in Dokkan that I'm putting that first, and then once I get those things done, then I'm going to move on to my other games. However, I am streaming Horizon Zero Dawn pretty frequently right now over on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Nanogenix. You guys will follow me over there. Come hang out on one of the live streams. It's a ton of fun. JD Dog asks, how long have you been working out? And for the most part, I'm working out for the last 7, almost 8 years. I've taken a couple breaks. So occasionally my nutrition hasn't been on point, or maybe my lifting wasn't quite on point where it needed to be. But for the most part, last 7, 8 years, I've been in the gym trying to get swole. Lee Sin asks, what was the first SSR I pulled? And that was the Intelligence Golden Frieza off of a GSSR banner back on Global about a little over a year ago now. About a year and like a month ago now. Meno Persano asks, what characters do you think will become SS4 style leads in Dokkan Battle? So the plus 120% to a specific type for HP, attack, and defense, and plus 3 key. I hope Kid Buu is either the intelligence or strength extreme leader, and I hope Super Saiyan God Goku is the super tech leader. So I was just about to say Super Saiyan God Goku, I'm hoping is going to be one of those, and we'll obviously get a Dokkan Awaken for his other Super Saiyan God forms. So hopefully he is one. Also, the Super Android 17, I like the art style of that character. I think they did a really good job, at least on the art style of that character. I know there's always a lot of controversy between GT, but I think the GT characters are fantastic, and I actually really enjoy them, and I wish I would have silenced my phone, but it's all the way over there. And we're in the middle of a Q&A. But yeah, no, I think Super Android 17 and I think Super Saiyan God Goku both definitely deserve one, and potentially maybe like a Super Saiyan 3 Bardock would be kind of cool as well. Maximilian Wilson asks, do you watch football? If so, what team do you like to watch? I enjoy watching college football, and if I'm watching college football, I mean, I'll pretty much watch anything that's on, but preferably OU or Clemson, which I know are two like polar opposites, but I enjoy watching both of those teams. Joven asks, well, man, I have 3 now. Appreciate it, Joven. Appreciate it. What is my favorite game ever? And that's honestly, I have a tie. Like, I can't ever make up my mind, but my tie for my top 3 my top games of all time, and I can't ever make up my mind on them, are Time Splitters Feature Perfect, Uncharted 2, and BioShock Infinite. For some reason, those 3 games, whenever I'm trying to think of like my top like 5, I just want to choose all those as my number 1 and then pick a 2, 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, that's kind of a cop out on that one, but I just love all 3 of those games so incredibly much. Best Primary asks, what's my favorite movie? And honest to goodness, my overall favorite movie of all time is probably Inception. 2 really close runner-ups are The Matrix and Edge of Tomorrow, which I have a Edge of Tomorrow display hanging like right there above the camera. Ataku asks, my favorite DBZ fight, and probably Cell vs SSJ2 Teen Gohan. That's probably my favorite one. That's the one that usually comes to mind first, and I do really enjoy Frieza and Goku. I enjoy Saiyan Saga, Vegeta versus Goku, and I really like Majin Vegeta and SSJ2 Goku, but something about how iconic the Perfect Cell and SSJ2 Teen Gohan fight is, I don't know, something about that one for some reason just really sticks with me. Sky Vodka asks, do you it's hard to pull things? I assume you meant, do you find it's hard to pull things on Global? And yes, not so much now, but definitely back in the past when we didn't even have 5% rates, like 4.8, 4.7, stuff like that. So since I have stopped pulling as much on Global, the rates have gotten better, and actually it's been similarly easier to pull things. I mean, I pulled 4 Omega Shenrons on that banner, so yes, it has gotten easier, but if we're talking overall, averaging it out, no, not really. Buzzkill Plays asks, what's your favorite character in DBZ, and what is your favorite color? Favorite character is almost without question Vegeta, and my favorite color, if you guys haven't figured that out with everything I put it on, but is green. I love green to death. Chair's green. I have a lot of green in this room. A lot of the layouts and stuff for my Nanogenix channel is green, so yeah, I really like green. Boy asks, what is your favorite TV show to watch? And honestly, if we're just talking like just to throw on and just have on to watch, it would be, and I'm looking up above the camera because it would be How I Met Your Mother. I have a Barney Stinson displayed up there. I love How I Met, if I can talk, How I Met Your Mother all the way up until season 9. Season 9 was kind of, I just don't really know what the writers and the producers and everyone was doing on that season, but as far as 1 through 8 goes, that show, in my opinion, doesn't get too much better as far as a sitcom, and just be able to throw something up on the TV and just have it on the TV to watch. DBZ Gaming asks, how do you do so good? I assume you mean my luck, and I'm not really sure much. My luck has been great lately. My luck has not been great lately. If you guys have watched the last couple of poll videos, my luck has not been very good. But hopefully that's about to change. And who do you want to have a rebirth in? Oh no, when did you start YouTube? I made the channel in October, and I started really putting out content last like March, April, May, and I still was very scarce with my content, like one video every like 2 to 3 weeks or so, but I started really pumping out the videos like around August, September of last year. Let's see. Who don't want a rebirth in Dokkan Battle? I think the STR OG Bardock really needs one. I don't even have that card, but I hear that a lot around the community, and I think they just need to finally give that card a Dokkan Awaken. Let's see. Jay Reed asks, what is a new game coming out soon that you are excited for? Either Days Gone, which should come out this year, and they've not given it a date yet or anything like that, but I'm very, very excited for the next God of War, because Kratos is the friggin' man. Chowd Hurry 797 asks, what are your top 5 favorite Western or Japanese animated shows? Let's see. The really only thing Western I can think of that I like watching is Archer. I love Archer to death. Beyond that, Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and Attack on Titan. If we're trying to stick in just within that 5 range, I like watching all of those for sure. Kitty Won't Take Meds asks, what is your favorite card art in Dokkan? Still probably the Majin Vegeta Dokkan Awaken card art is probably still my favorite, just because I don't know why, but I love Majin Vegeta's design so much, and they did a really good job on that card. What is my favorite card to use in battle? Right now, it's probably Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just because I have him so decked out. I love using that card. Ivan Rosado asks, who got you into YouTube and why did you start? Honestly, the whole idea started because of the Kinda Funny guys. I don't know if you guys watch them. I wear their shirts sometimes here on the channel or on Twitch, but Kinda Funny, Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Tim, Nick, and Kevin, all 5 of those guys are fantastic. And seeing what they did and seeing them have a good time just making YouTube videos at the time in their little apartment room made me want to do a YouTube channel, and that is entirely why I began this journey. So I have them honestly to thank for the motivation to even do this. Team Rhyme and Ichigo asks, how did you meet Rhyme and Living Ichigo? Well, I've spoken to Theo like indirectly. We've been in a chat together for like a good 8-9 months where we just will occasionally kind of talk back and forth to each other. I've never really talked to Living Ichigo though. I've been on his stream one time and kind of talked to him via Twitch chat, but yeah, Theo and I have never really discussed. But as far as Rhyme goes, Rhyme actually found one of my videos one time. It was one of my videos was suggested on his, and he was like, oh, let's see what's going on with this guy. He came over and he actually complimented me. It was when you couldn't even see both my shelves. You could see this shelf, which it looked a lot different at the time, but he actually complimented me on my shelf, and I freaked out. Obviously, you know, I don't even know if I had 3,000 subs at the time. I think I had like 2,000 subs, and to have Rhyme Style with almost 300,000 at the time, like commenting and stuff. And I was watching his videos too, so I was like, oh my gosh, Rhyme Style just commented on one of my videos. So I tweeted at him and I said, hey man, you just checked out one of my videos, and honestly, I would love to talk YouTube sometime. So we were gonna talk YouTube, and I kind of forgot about it, and then it kind of came back up, and I was like, you know what, I do want to actually talk. And so I hit him up, and we talked a bit, and then he was like, you want to just do a collab? So we ended up doing a collab together, and honestly, Rob and I became pretty good friends since then. We've hung out just in Discord chats, just talking about, I don't know, movies, life, work, all kinds of just different stuff. So I gave a shout out to Kinda Funny for the last question as far as getting me started, but I definitely have to give a shout out to Rhyme Style for definitely helping with my growth, helping with just some like solid mentorship here on YouTube. And seriously, like Rhyme Style Dino has been a fantastic help to how my channel has gotten to where it has gotten today. Super Saiyan Goku asks, Nano, how old were you when you got married? And congrats on 50K subs. I was 22, about to turn 23 when we got married. We were almost at 3 years. We were just 2 weeks shy of being at on our 3-year anniversary, which is gonna be kind of crazy actually. It's been, this 3 years has absolutely flown by. Silify Gaming asks, how was your school experiences? High school was fun. I enjoyed high school. College was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed college. I would probably go back to those 4 years. Those 4 years were a ton of fun. I worked in a movie theater and went to college and just hung out and did things. And honestly, I was in IT, but I time managed decently well to the point to where I had a lot of free time in college, and it was pretty it was pretty enjoyable. So my school experiences were pretty fantastic. How about yours, though, Gaming? How about yours? Sean Martin, big shout out. S Martin 53, big shout out, my friend. I see you on my Twitch. I see you on my Twitter and everything else. Do you watch any animes or other Dragon Ball? If so, which is your favorite? As of right now, I'm going to talk just current. I'm very excited for season 2 of Attack on Titan, and I'm very excited for season 2 of My Hero Academia. Both of those I've watched. Well, Attack on Titan has been a couple years, but My Hero Academia I just watched in the last like 6 months. Crazy enjoyed that show. The True Law of Universe Zamasu. I just want to include this one just to let you know your intro is what convinced me to sub. I get questions about my intro all the time. My intro is actually an Electrolyte song from No Copyright Sounds, but I actually did create my intro myself in Adobe After Effects. I've had plenty of people ask me, Nano, who did you pay to do that? And I'm like, I'm usually pretty proud to say I actually did that myself. So it took a little bit of work, but I did manage to create my own intro here on YouTube. Troublesome Fruitcake asks, what is the best device to play Dokkan Battle on? And I honestly almost hate saying this because I'm usually, obviously I use an iPhone, but I prefer to use an Android device. But on that note, the best device to play Dokkan Battle on is without question an iDevice. I know I probably might get some like hate back on this, but it is just the absolute truth, guys. It just runs better on iOS. Me and my buddy Jordan at work both have Androids and iPhones. We both agree. Summons, moving on the board, the gameplay, moving through the menus, everything is just a better experience on iPhone. I don't know why that is. We both have top tier devices running this on Android and it still lags. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's just the operating system, the optimization they did for Android. I don't know. But as far as the best device to play it on, get an iOS device and you will have the best experience. As far as recording goes, though, usually I enjoy recording more on an Android device just because my tablet, wherever it might be, does have mini HDMI out built in, and that just makes things easier. Son Goku asks, how long have you been playing Dokkan Battle? About a year and a month. Also, the name Nano Crew. I don't know. I'm still trying to think of a name. Akeem Holland asks, what is my favorite DBZ game? That is absolutely Budokai 3. Polo 3000 says, do you remember the first time you played Dokkan Battle? Yeah. Or do you remember the day you played Dokkan Battle for the first time? Yeah, I was in line for Fallout 4 reveal, a huge Fallout 4 reveal at QuakeCon 2015. Saw the game, downloaded the game, started playing the game because we were in that line for like 2 hours, and I didn't come back to it until February of last year. Well, it was like January of last year, but I really started playing crazy like February of last year. So that was the first time I played Dokkan Battle. Talk Knee asks, why did you change your YouTube name for Culture Cloud and Nanogenix, and what was the reason for choosing these names? So Culture Cloud, the idea of Culture Cloud was that we would be like an IGN. There would be multiple people making different content on the channel, which really doesn't usually work out on YouTube anyways. And Nanogenix was my name anyways. Like I've went by Nanogenix for almost a decade now. So the reason for choosing that name was because that was my online alias. So Culture Cloud, the idea was we're gonna be an IGN, but that didn't really work out. So then I just went and took the channel over and just named it myself. So I get asked about this all the time, but if you watch those videos, I still called myself, hey, here's Nanogenix from Culture Cloud. Like Culture Cloud was just like an entity that we're trying to be like another IGN, which didn't really work out. Christian Kelly asks, what is your favorite team to run on JP Dokkan Battle right now? And that is probably my Mono STR team, just because it is pretty stacked. Brandon Hammett asks, what is your goal in 2017 for YouTube? I want to hit that 100,000 so bad. Once we hit that, I then may make a new goal, but right now my goal for 2017 is to continue to build this community, continue to stay positive, and try and hit 100,000 subs. The Gillen Hybrid asks, now, how long do you think you'll be doing YouTube? Will you stop this year or in 2020? I don't plan on stopping ever. As long as this platform is here, I will be on here making YouTube videos. Anime Musician asks, how do you afford so many Dragon Stones? I have a full-time job that pays me really well. I have a wife that has a full-time job that pays her really well. We don't have children, and we only eat out like once a week to save all kinds of money. Like, you don't actually realize how much money you save when you don't go to a convenience store and buy yourself drinks or stuff like that, when you don't run to Starbucks all the time, when you don't eat out but once a week. You save a ton of money. I'm talking, I don't eat out at lunch. I don't eat out on dinner. I don't go and get snacks. Like, we are very trying to budget as much as we can, and we try and save as much money as we can where we can. So usually, and I'm using the eat out thing because it's seriously, when you add it up, like, you could be spending $300 to $400 more than what you really need to on eating out. It is crazy. Been there, done that. Don't do it anymore. Rai Tama asks, what are your top 5 favorite Dokkan Battle card arts? I can't think of top 5 right now, but I'll tell you top 3. Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan Rose, and I really like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's card art a lot. But I can't think of top 5 right now. I don't have it in front of me. I need to like look at it. But as far as like off the top of my head, Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan Rose, and I really like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's card art. Mashu Gonzalez asks, what is your most crazy experience on YouTube? Probably the merge Zamos video with the Fizz Gotenks. Danny asks, what was my most hyped Dokkan pull? JP and Global. Global would be when I pulled Super Saiyan Gotenks. Finally, JP would be when I pulled Super Saiyan Gotenks and merged Zamos in the same video. Jug Deep asks, final question, guys. Jug Deep asked, you watching TV shows, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, etc.? I watch Game of Thrones, and my favorite as far as start to finish series ever, Breaking Bad. Now then, guys, that's going to wrap up part 1 of our 50K Q&A. Before we do completely wrap up this video, I do just want to say once again, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel, a part of this family, and part of all of my videos. I appreciate you guys so incredibly much. We will be doing a part 2. I don't know if it'll be dropping tomorrow or Tuesday, but we'll be doing a part 2 very, very soon. So if your question didn't get asked today, or at least a version of your question, because I did have a lot of dupes, so I just basically picked whoever asked the question first, then it will most likely be in part 2. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, you guys have a great, great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix here signing off. We will see you guys in the next video. Bye.